And then Snide says, not tonight. I'll meet you at the Lunchbox restaurant across the street from the museum. Be there tomorrow at noon. So, again, it's at night. You can either go back to sleep or you can try to call Sylvia Morrison. And so I go back to sleep. I was like, you know what? I'm done for the day. Mm-hmm. I don't need to know anymore.
Nope. Mm-hmm. They're good.
I want to be rested for my big conversation.
Yeah, you have to talk to somebody.
Exactly. That's going to take a lot out of me.
I have to read this because Nora took that picture.
You can read it at the end. Okay. Beware and warning and welcome everybody to Choose Your Own Book Club. Choose Your Own Book Club.
Don't ever.
Trying something new.
No, don't ever try something new again.
Oh. Hey kids, don't try new things.
Hey kids, keep it the same.
This is a podcast. Mm-hmm. It's all about the Choose Your Own Adventure books. Mm-hmm. And we're just having fun with them.
We are. We're goofing.
It's also our second episode of the day, so we're just...
That's my stomach. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I think it's hearing a lot of water.
It's my water heater. It's right behind my head, though.
Okay. If it is, then you know what we're going to do.
Anyway, just talk and then you won't hear it.
Oh, okay. That's how it works?
Talk and then you won't be able to hear it. Mm-hmm. It's like when there's a monster on your bed. You keep your foot under the covers, then it can't grab you. Everybody knows that. Or if you're worried about a vampire getting your neck, you just keep your blanket up over up to your chin. Then it can't get you. Mm-hmm. Take that, Nosferatu.
Because then your vampire's like, bleh, I can't do that. This fabric's in the way.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to bite through fabric.
No one knows this, but cotton and garlic are from the same family.
Really?
No, but...
They could be.
They could be.
They could
Look
be.
it up.
Or don't. Just trust us. We're librarians.
So my name's Peter. I'm a librarian.
My name's Abby. I'm also a librarian.
And so today we are covering The Secret Treasure of Tibet.
Are we covering it? Or are we just kind of breezing through?
We're kind of glancing over it.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of those episodes where it's kind of... We don't really want to talk about this book. So
it's a hot potato. Hot potato.
Yeah, but we'll cover it the best we can. We try to, at least.
Yeah.
So we are in the new year, or choose year.
Sure.
As I like to say.
Happy choose year.
Happy choose year. We're also close to Valentine's Day when this drops.
2025. You're just going to do that with anything that sounds...
Mm-hmm. But we're also close to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So do you do anything for Valentine's Day or no?
Well, I don't know if you know this about Valentine's Day, but it's also International Book Giving Day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I usually just give people books.
But also, hey, books, get your own holiday. Come on, books, what are you doing?
Well, my birthday is 3 days before Valentine's Day. Oh. And so I loathe Valentine's Day. Because it always usurps my birthday. How dare it? Also, I just think it's a dumb holiday. Mm-hmm. Who's St. Valentine anyway? He's some dude that got his head cut off.
Do you know people that actually listen to this though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be nice.
Yeah, I have some old work buddies.
Oh, okay.
Who listen to it, and some friends.
Okay.
From Grown Up and stuff who listen to it.
Okay.
And it's always nice to hear that they listen to it. And when they're like, oh, Abby, I listened to this part of the podcast. That was funny. I'm like, thank you.
Oh, okay. Huh. I wonder what that's like.
Thank you. I like it. It's fun. Thank you.
I've brought it up to several people, and they instantly changed the topic of conversation. So I've just stopped trying to explain it to people.
I'm nonstop forcing it on my friends.
Good.
I'm like, you need to listen to it. Do 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 it.
Don't start with this one though. But
yeah, don't start with one. It's terrible. Don't.
No, I meant this one right now.
Yeah, don't start with The Secret Treasure of Tibet. Don't. No, maybe sometimes the ones that we don't like are the ones that turn out the funniest, though.
Right, but this one I'm not looking forward to be honest. Because I was thinking about Highland Crest, although I didn't like it. Listening back to it, it's like, oh, this is fun, and we had a good conversation about it at least. Mm-hmm. This one, I don't know if we're going to have a good conversation about to be honest.
Well, we'll have. This picture is funny.
The picture is funny.
We'll do the best we can.
Right. I think this kind of first impressions right off the bat is it's always hard to go into one of these Choose books when you know it's going to be a little racist right off the bat.
Yeah, Globetrotter ones are always tough because we can almost always predict that there's going to be some questionable / objectionable material. Mm-hmm. So
that doesn't age well.
Yeah, it definitely. And this one 100% had some like mysticism kind of stuff in it right away that I was not excited for.
Exactly, yeah. So it's always a bummer just to kind of crack open a book like that. But even kind of like a Nabuti, which is one of like maybe the bigger air offenders, it's still at least interesting to get through, and there were still interesting choices. Mm-hmm. This one I felt not as much, but again, we could talk more about that later. But another impression I had right off the bat was whenever we talk about the mysteries, you always seem to stumble across the path that's like, hey kid, here's the mystery all on one page. You don't have to go any further.
Yeah.
For me, for my first run through, it was really interesting because I learned nothing. I learned nothing at all. It was so odd.
I learned a lot.
Oh, okay, good.
As you will find out.
Okay.
From my very long first run through.
Oh, mine was pretty short.
Mine was insanely long.
Okay.
Was like, I don't even know if I want to read it again a second time.
All right.
But I did. I did the opposite path. So yeah, I'm ready.
Right. Well, then how about let's just get right into our first segment, which is called Choose Your Own Summary.
Okay.
So, Abby, you're going to describe this book in 60 seconds or less, but you're going to choose how you want to do it.
I am.
So.
I am?
I mean, this is the first time for everything. So, option number 1 is this book is kind of about levitation.
Yep.
So, what you're going to do is you're going to...
You want me? I want you, baby.
So, you're going to jump up and down.
Oh, no.
First,
no,
okay.
I am absolutely not doing that.
You don't have to jump high.
Nope. Already no.
All right. Well...
Absolutely not. Even if the second one is terrible, I'm not doing the first one.
Option number 2 is Denise Studio is also kind of doubles as your gym.
It sure does.
So there's a tennis racket. Our sound engineer, your husband, was kind enough to bring down like a wiffle ball. So you're going to try to levitate that ball with a tennis racket for 60 seconds while you're describing the book.
Okay. I'm going to do that one.
Okay.
Because jumping sounds terrible.
Jumping does sound terrible. So 60 seconds starts. Oop. Are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. 60 seconds starts now.
Okay. I am a kid who has done a correspondence course to be a private eye, I guess. And this guy comes and he's like, hey, whoop.
Drop the ball.
I'm a rich guy who is in a bet with some other rich guy about a place in Tibet where these monks can levitate. And if I don't win, I lose my entire fortune to him. So, I've got to win, or you have to go there and get scientific proof.
20 seconds.
And so,
this is an awful idea.
To get scientific proof that it exists.
50 seconds.
And then sometimes you end up... Oh, sorry. Sometimes you end up getting over to Tibet.
Okay, you're done.
You get conscripted in an army.
You're done.
Okay.
Any kind of physical activity, you're always...
Never make me do two things.
The way you even sat down, you were just like...
Oh my God. Two things is hard. I hope you could hear any part of
the struggle.
That. Both the struggle and the summary. Okay. How much of that was picked up on the
Oh,
microphone.
I think all of it, but
Okay, good.
I don't think any of it was entertaining, but that's okay. That's the majority of this podcast, though, to be fair.
Well, it was a terrible summary. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
It was fine.
They're usually bad.
It was actually pretty good setup.
So, this is how the book starts. You have just finished a correspondence course on how to be a private investigator, which right off the bat, I was like, yes, I love this book.
Already into it.
Because correspondence courses, like correspondence schools, it's not really a thing anymore. Like now they have online schools.
Yeah.
But do you remember there was an infomercial when we were kids, the Sally Struthers? Mm-hmm. Do you want to make more money? Uh-huh. Sure, we all do. Uh-huh. That's my Sally Struthers impression.
It's pretty good.
So I looked up that commercial on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it was a real trip down memory lane. Here's some of the things for the Sally Struthers school.
Yeah.
Here's some of the things you can major in. Computer programming.
Okay.
Auto mechanics.
Right.
Bookkeeping.
Ooh.
Learning the personal computer.
Okay.
TV VCR repair. Love that.
Okay.
Medical dental office.
Okay.
Florist.
Okay. I would do that.
Teacher's aide.
No.
Gun repair. That's a weird one, right?
Yeah, that one seems like a hands-on one.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you need some...
Gun repair. Okay, girl.
And then I think you could major in business management or accounting.
Oh, okay. You know, being a librarian used to be a correspondence course.
Really?
Yeah, that's Melville Dewey started it as a correspondence course because he wanted to meet lonely women.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because originally it was like only men were librarians. And Melville Dewey was like, I think women should be able to be librarians too. And it was like this very like scandalous kind of idea at the time, right? But the reason why he was doing it was because he wanted to pick up lonely women, not because of empowering women. He was like,
Oh, no.
I want to pick up chicks.
Oh, boy.
And so, like, basically he became, like, have women be librarians with his correspondence school. He was actually eventually pushed out of ALA.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Because, and not just for that, because
of a lot of stuff.
super racist.
Yeah,
So,
he was terrible.
so yeah, Dewey, cool dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know that part. I just knew that he was a jerk in other ways. So anyway, you just finished your correspondence school.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, you are at home one day wondering what your first case will be. Because that's
what you do. You get your thing and then you just sit there and think.
Wonder when the first case is going to come in.
You don't go out searching for it. It will come to you.
Exactly.
If you love something, set it free.
But I love that too. Like, hey, I'm an investigator. I'm not going to investigate my first.
I'm not going to investigate how to get a job.
It's going to come to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, wondering. Oh, so you're at your house. There's a soft knock at your front door, and you see an old man standing there. You say, "Can I help you? May I come in? There is something I must ask you." And so his name is Bertram Buckingham. Great name.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'm like, this guy is British.
And then he said, "I got your name from the referral service for your correspondence school," which is odd.
Right? So you're like, oh, cool. I don't need to look for work. They'll just get it for me.
Exactly. But I don't think correspondence schools like that, often they're like, we have your money. You're kind of on your own now.
You're dead to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, do they keep a list of all their graduates and then
Yeah,
give it to
exactly.
people? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Because again, like, how can you I think it's kind of like a pass-fail kind of thing. So you can't hey, I aced my correspondence school. I was the top grad for my correspondence school. I was cum laude at my correspondence school.
I was summa cum laude.
I was in all the frats at my correspondence school.
The frats were me and my mom.
Again, not to make
and
fun of
our
that.
cat.
Not to make fun of that alternative school, but
No.
still, it's like.
I didn't even expect that of my
Oh, exactly.
my regular school.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, he says, "I have a job for you, one that will send you on an adventure beyond your wildest dreams, all expenses paid."
I'm in.
Well, you said, "I don't have any experience."
Yeah.
I like that you instantly know right off the bat, like, I'm in over my head. This probably isn't for me.
Right.
And so then, but he says, That's perfect. I need someone with no experience.
I need a dum-dum. I need a rube to send off on a wild goose chase.
Well, the way he says it is, I need someone with a fresh mind. And so, yeah, Mr. Buckingham.
That's called twisting your words to make somebody happy.
So Mr. Buckingham, he goes into his story. So it all goes back to many, many years to 1942 during the Second World War. So he was in the British Army, stationed in northern India, which I wasn't sure. I mean,
Britain controlled India.
Yes.
Like they colonized India.
Yes, during that time.
But I guess that would mean he was stationed there.
So yeah, I guess it makes sense, but it's
but
weird.
Why would there be Germans there?
Yeah, so it's odd. We'll get into
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I was in charge of 2 Germans. They weren't Nazis. He specifically says, don't worry, they weren't Nazis. But we were holding them until the end of the war.
Why though?
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
It's like they were clockmakers.
Yeah, so it's very odd that these people are detained. In one of the branches, you end up meeting one of the Germans. But it never really goes in detail of their background, their story.
Right.
Or why they were detained. It seems very odd right off the bat. All these details, and you think they might play into the story, but they kind of don't.
No.
One night, they escaped and headed north towards the Himalayas. Since they were my charge, I followed them all the way through Nepal and into Tibet. So yeah, he loses them in this big snowstorm, and he ends up in Siling La. Do we want to look up if it's a real place?
I don't think it is real.
There is no Siling La. There is a Siling Lake in Tibet, so we think that's probably where Richard Brightfield got the idea. Yeah, so he describes it. It's a very nice oasis. There's plants. The mountains are beautiful. Everything's really beautiful around it. Kind of like a paradise. In the center was a perfect jewel of a monastery. There I saw an amazing sight, one that has haunted me ever since. And so you ask, well, what did you see, Mr. Cunningham?
Was it a ghost? If it's going to haunt you.
Oh, fair enough.
It should be spooky. That's what I'm thinking.
Of course, it's ghost adjacent because you see these monks and they can levitate themselves. Yeah, so we're getting into mysticism real fast.
It's super fast.
You find out later that this whole storyline didn't really matter to begin with. These monks can levitate themselves. They even tried to teach me how to levitate. But since I hadn't found the Germans yet, I decided to keep on my search. So no time for, superpowers.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't become enlightened.
Yeah.
I gotta go find these Germans. As soon as I got to this point where it's like, oh, I saw them levitating, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what his whole reason for hiring you is that he has been telling this story at his club, and he bet his entire fortune against whether or not it's true.
Yes. And the person he bet against was Hubert Crossley.
Another millionaire.
And so, yeah, that name becomes important later.
And I'm like, great, just some more millionaires.
Yes. Just white millionaires.
Betting their money. And using me as a pawn to try to go and find out if these, Tibetan people can help him win more money. Capitalism.
Just not the best start, not the best. It doesn't really age the best.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, where do I come in?
Exactly, yeah.
What do you need me for?
So in a moment of weakness, I bet my entire fortune. And by this time next year, if I can't scientifically prove that levitation is possible, then everything I own will become his. And so that's why this is basically an all-expense-paid trip, because it's kind of like a all-or-nothing gambit.
Yeah. So you have to go there and find that valley of Silingla and learn how to levitate yourself or bring back someone who can. And he's drawing you a map, giving you a check, giving you a plane ticket to get there.
So then, yeah, you bring up, like, hey, do I have to go all the way to Tibet? Like, I love that.
Yeah.
That was a very Peter answer. It's like, do I have to go all the way there? Can't I just do it here?
You're like, aren't there monks here? Can't you find one of them, buddy?
I thought this was a good setup, though, kind of story mechanic-wise, game mechanic-wise, where the guy was like, I don't necessarily care. If you can find someone in the country that can levitate, that's totally fine, too. Everyone else that he's been able to try to find hasn't stood up to, like, scientific
scrutiny,
Yeah. So he specifically kind of wants these people, these very specific people. But if you can find another way to do it, he doesn't care.
Yeah, because he's seen them do it. He would prefer them. But if you can find someone here who can do it, then he's also like chill with it.
Also, if you can find someone that can do the trick where you
pull your thumb
gets pulled off
of your other thumb. So you just need to find a good magician.
Exactly.
Where's David Blaine when you need him? I've seen in videos he's levitated over Times Square. Where's Chris Angel, the mind freak? But he gives you that stuff, or he tells you to come to his house to get the check and the map, and then he also gives you a newspaper clipping of a woman named Sylvia Morrison, who is a noted anthropologist and returned from a trip to India and the Himalayas, where she'd studied the natural phenomenon of mental telepathy and levitation.
Exactly. So you can talk to her in town, or you can try to kind of leave right away.
Yeah, or you can go to the museum.
Yes. So, or go to the museum, because Mr. Snide at the Museum of Natural History, he's the curator of the Tibetan collection.
Yeah. So you can talk to Mr. Snide. You can decide to call Sylvia Morrison. Like, you have lots of options.
Kind of. I really only did kind of one path in this whole book, where I went to the museum first, because I picked the Peter path. I went to the museum, and I'm thinking... You
love museums.
I love museums.
That's
I was
true.
like, yes, an excuse to go to a museum. I am there. I'm thinking you went to Sylvia, though.
I did.
Yes, that makes the most sense, because we were talking a little bit off mic.
Yeah.
That you had like this big, long path.
Yeah.
It was really hard for me to get to Tibet, because if you do the museum path, it's basically impossible.
I got there with the museum path.
Well, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's a lot harder, I imagine.
I got there easily with the museum path.
Fine. So how about let's do my path really quick.
Sure.
Because it was so anticlimactic. It was also pretty short.
Yeah.
It was also a very like Peter path.
Okay.
So yeah, I go to the museum first. And then I talk to Mr. Snide.
Yeah.
And Mr. Snide is very nervous.
Yes.
Yeah, very agitated about something. So you're talking to him, you bring up Sealing Law, and Mr. Snide stops talking instantly.
Yeah. And he's like, you got to get out of here, or I'm going to call the security guards to drag you out of here.
Basically, yes.
Leave now and never come back, in Gollum voice.
You can see
now
the dinosaurs, and that's it.
Yeah.
You can press the rattlesnake button, and that's it. Only Wisconsin people will get that joke.
You can push the howler button, the howler monkey button, and that is it.
Yeah, again, only Wisconsin people will get that joke. So you leave the museum, but you kind of like hide out right by the museum.
Yep.
And so you see Snide talking to somebody in the shadows.
Yeah.
But you can't see who.
Right.
So that's your next decision. Do you tail the person in the shadows, or do you tail Snide again?
Right.
If you tail the person in the shadows, you find out it was Crossley. Crossley, who's kind of like the main villain.
Yeah.
But I follow Snide because I was like, this is a known... I don't know who this other guy is. At least I know who this guy is.
Sure.
I'm going to follow him. Snide goes into his apartment. You see his apartment lights go on. They turn off, so you know he's there. And then you're like, well, it's 10 o'clock. Buckingham is still awake. I got to go report to Buckingham.
Yeah.
And me as the reader, I was like, why? I learned nothing. I just learned that a man is nervous and he lives in an apartment.
Right. I know that the museum guy is a sweaty, nervous wreck. And he probably lives by himself on the top floor.
He was talking to someone.
Yeah. In the shadows.
So that's all I learned. But I got to report back to Buckingham.
Right. He needs to know. He needs to know. Mr. Snide is sweaty.
So you go back to Buckingham's place. He's not there anymore. He's left.
Yeah, he bounced. He left town.
Yeah, exactly.
And his butler, Filcher, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, good memory. That's Fletcher.
Yeah, he's like, he's gone.
Good butler voice.
Thank you.
So yeah, he left this message. Please report all find information about Sealing Law to my manservant, Fletcher.
Doesn't say butler.
And my manservant. Thanking you in advance for all your help, Bertram Buckingham. There is also a map of northern India, Nepal, and Tibet. At least there's half of a map.
Yeah.
The top part has been torn off just above Lhasa, the
like
capital
to
city of
think
Tibet.
that somebody ripped the top part off really fast and just shoved it in their mouth. I will let you have it.
I don't know why you didn't get this map right off the bat. You should have
Right.
just waited. Again,
Should have
that's-
been like, give it to me now.
that plays into the story, obviously.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Right.
So, yeah, I finally get this map, but it's torn in half.
Presumably the other half in someone's tum-tum.
I go back to my apartment, and the phone rings, and it's Snide. And he says, I'm sorry I gave you the brush off today, but you took me by surprise. I can tell you a lot of things about what you were looking for. And then you say, oh, okay, I'll be right over. And then Snide says, not tonight. I'll meet you at the Lunchbox restaurant across the street from the museum. Be there tomorrow at noon. So, again, it's at night. You can either go back to sleep, or you can try to call Sylvia Morrison. And so I go back to sleep. I was like, you know what? I'm done for the day. I don't need to know anymore.
Nope. They're good.
I want to be rested for my big conversation.
Yeah, you have to talk to somebody.
Exactly. That's going to take a lot out of me.
It's going to be a lot of energy. You're an introvert, and you need to make sure your battery is charged.
So, yeah, you go to this restaurant. Snide doesn't show up. You go
No.
to the museum. Snide doesn't show up.
He hasn't been there all day.
Yeah. So then you finally go back. So there's a couple different things you can do. You can go to his apartment, or you can go to the travel agency and go to Tibet yourself.
Yeah.
With only half the information, I guess.
Right.
So I go to the apartment because I want to be like, hey, Snide, what's the deal? You owe me for lunch. I wanted soup.
All I got was a cheese sandwich.
So yeah, there's a crowd outside Snide's building, as well as an ambulance and several squad cars. So Snide jumped out of his window a little while ago. They're loading him into the ambulance now. And a chill runs down your spine, because in the crowd, you see someone that looks a lot like Fletcher, the butler.
Oh, the butler did it.
So you take off after him, but you can't really find him. And then you realize you only have half the map, but the wrong half. The important half is probably what Fletcher took.
Yeah.
He was the one that probably tore off the half and gave you the bad half.
Loyal manservant, my blood. Chase.
So you're not doing anything until you hear from Mr. Buckingham again personally, but you never do.
No.
The end. So I learned nothing, Abby.
No, you didn't. You sure didn't.
Yeah, so that was my first run through, and as we've discussed before, your first run through is kind of your most important run through. It kind of sets the tone.
It
And if you
really
want to
does.
keep going,
Yeah.
I didn't really give this one the best read, just because I wasn't really interested.
I understand. Do you want to hear how awesome mine was?
Oh, I would love to.
Okay. So instead of going to the museum, I decided I was going to call Sylvia Morrison.
Yes, and she's the expert who just came back from
She's the
Tibet.
anthropologist who just came back from Tibet. So I called her up and I introduced myself and I asked her what she knows about levitation. She's like, that's a big subject. I've got a lot of stuff that I know about it, but I am packing to leave tomorrow. And you're like, great, I'll be right there. So you put the phone down and you like rush over to her place. You hail a cab, you get over there.
Do you bring anything?
No, you just like, I'm gone. I'm there. I've got my jacket on myself. So you're halfway there and you notice another car is following you. So you're like telling the driver, like, okay, make a sharp right. The car behind you keeps following. So then you're like, oh no, what am I going to do? Should I keep going to Sylvia Morrison's or not? So you have to decide if you're going to keep going in the cab or you're going to jump out.
Oh.
I decided to jump out. So
Because your correspondence school taught you that.
I pay the cab driver. I tell him to pull around the next corner, wait for a second, and then leave as fast as possible. So when we turn around the corner, I jump out, I slip up against the wall, and then he zooms away as fast as he can. So when the car turns the corner, they think that I'm still in the cab
Yes.
that's rushing
Makes
away,
sense.
right? So as soon as the cab zooms away, the other car turns and follows it. Then I set off on foot towards Sylvia Morrison's building. Smart.
Very.
Right.
But wouldn't they just know the address anyway of Sylvia Morrison?
I mean, anyone could look it up.
Yes.
Which is what you discover happens. So
Okay.
you get to Sylvia Morrison's, you like see a van parked there. It's the van that was following you. You're like, oh, nuts. So you see two men coming out. They have a woman between them. It's probably, and you're like, oh no, I recognize her from her picture in the newspaper. That's Sylvia Morrison.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Her hands are tied behind her back. The two men seem to be pushing her. And they put her into the van. You're like, uh-oh, what should I do? The two men get her into the car, slam the door shut. The limo pulls away. You write down the license plate number. And you're like, writing it down, you get 3 of the letters. You only get 2 of the numbers in because somebody hits you on the back of your head. Boom, unconscious. Then, next thing you know, you wake up, you're in a dark room, and you're tied up.
Well, good thing you're in a dark room, because if you had some sort of like concussion.
Yeah, it would be pretty bad. So you wake up, you're in a dark room, your hands are tied together, and you're like, okay, what did my correspondence course say about freeing your
Yes,
hands?
I remember this part.
And so you're like, okay, use a slow, steady pull with one hand. And so you're like, okay, you get your one hand free, then you get the other one, then you untie your feet, and you're like, ow, I got a big old goose egg on the back of my head. And you're like, okay, my eyes are adjusted.
But wait. How did that come up in your school, though?
What?
Like...
You're a private investigator. You get tied up. It just happens.
But where do you think that falls into? Is that its own class? Is that just okay.
You know, when you were in library school, how many people made the joke about shushing 101? You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a whole class about getting untied from being tied up. 101.
What would you call that, though? Tying up loose ends? You need a good title for it.
Yeah.
It has to be it has to be like a punny title, or it has to be like a really convoluted title. Like it's like the philosophy and practice of of unwrangling,
of escaping.
Yes.
From rope.
An introduction.
Right.
Anyway, keep going.
So anyway, your eyes are adjusted to the room, and then you see like a faint line of a light, and you're like, oh, that must be where the door is. So you walk towards that, and you open the door a crack, you peek out into the hallway, and you are like, okay, to the left, the hallway rounds a corner, and to the right, there's a closed door. It looks like it might be an exit. I go to the right, go that way. I'm starting to open doors. Most of them are locked, though. Then I hear voices, but the next door that I try, unlocked. Phew, thank goodness. I jump in there, and I hear these men searching the room suddenly. And I was like, oh no.
And they're like, it's very like, hey, I'm working here.
Yeah, they're like, hey, where did you put that young Snoop? And the other one's like, I don't know. I put him in here, Joe. I thought I put him in this room. You think.
For the audience at home, you had like a little shoulder shimmy as you were doing your...
All right, we'll figure out what you did later. You know? So, a little Joe Pesci situation. So you're like, oh no, the men are walking toward this room you're hiding in.
So you can hide in the statue.
Yeah, it's a statue of the Buddha. So you hurry to duck behind it, and the door opens.
And the picture is very funny. It's because the legs are sticking out.
Yeah. So there's like a big opening in the back of the idol. So you can decide to squeeze inside of it, or you can try to get behind the door. If you try to get behind the door, it's really funny because you find like a box of uniforms there, and you're like, ooh, I'm going to put this on really quick. And then I'll be able to like sneak into the crowd. When you sneak into the crowd of guys,
they're just like, hey, take these crates onto the plane.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh no, I'm in Crossley's army in Tibet all of a sudden.
Yes.
Which is like, it's funny because you had no idea that that was a thing. But I decided to squeeze inside the idol because I'm like, there's enough space. I could do it. So you squeeze inside.
You're small.
Yeah. And the picture is hilarious because it's like your butt coming out of the back, butt and leg coming out of the back of Buddha. You squeeze inside, and then you find a lever, and the lever closes that panel back up behind you. Then all of a sudden they have a forklift and are lifting the Buddha up, and they're like, be careful there. This thing's valuable. I don't want no accidents. So you are getting moved, and there's like little pinholes in the eyes so you can peek out and see what's happening. But they pick you up in the statue and put you on a big truck.
And all of this kind of plays into the overall story of what Crossley is actually doing.
Yes. And then you are suddenly outside of a big mansion, and there's a group of men in military uniforms. There's no insignia, though. The idol that you're in, the big Buddha, gets brought up the stairs and gets put into a conference room. And this short man says, so is this the statue? So is this a statue I've been hearing so much about, Crossley? That's my German voice. That's
Why
right.
is he German? Is he German or?
Well, his name is Colonel Himmer. Are the gold objects still inside? Asked Himmer. Everything was removed to the warehouse. So Crossley is like, there were millions of dollars worth of things beneath Silling La, is what he's been saying. And
Let me provide exposition for no reason.
Himmer has helped him organize this militia.
Yes.
And Himmer and Crossley are going to essentially invade Tibet. And
A foreign country.
Specifically Silling La, in order to, overtake the monks, potentially killing several or many of them.
Right.
In order to take all of the treasures under Silling La.
Right, because Crossley basically is selling kind of like stolen treasure.
Yeah.
And that's what the idol you're in is one of those things. So he's been kind of underground.
Right. And so his bet with Buckingham was all a ruse to get the location of Silling La.
Because Crossley tried to just say, hey, I will pay you for this map. And then Buckingham's like, no. But then he got tricked into doing this bet.
Yeah.
And so, it's
so silly.
Crossley doesn't even care about the levitation thing at all.
He really doesn't. But he used that to trick Buckingham to give someone the location of Silling La.
Right. So there are certain endings where you do find someone who can levitate.
Yes.
And you can bring them back to the United States. You can learn how to levitate.
Yeah, I've done that multiple times.
So you can end the book that way, but in the grand scheme of things, you do...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because who knows if even Crossley was going to honor this bet to begin with.
No, and Buckingham, as you find out, is not even alive.
Oh. I didn't get that.
Fletcher killed him.
Oh.
Fletcher is working for Crossley.
Yes, I got that part. I didn't know he was dead.
Yeah, he killed Buckingham. At one point, he catches you and tells you that he's going to kill you just like he killed Buckingham. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
This book got better.
Yeah. I know. So I'm up there in the conference room. I'm hearing all this stuff, and I can decide to get out of the statue or wait until it gets dark. I waited until it gets dark, and I was outside the window. I'm climbing along this ledge.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then who do you see?
I hear psst, and a little boy who's 13 is like, hey, come on into my window. My name is Jimmy Crossley.
And so you have no reason to trust this kid.
No, but he's like, my dad is the guy who owns this house.
And he kind of sucks.
And if you try to get out right now, you'll never make it. My father has guards with machine guns, Doberman attack dogs. So just wait until morning. I'll sneak you out and pretend you're my friend.
Yes.
And you're like, okay.
So you sleep under his bed if you want to do that.
Just in case anyone comes in. So you sleep under his bed, and then the next morning he's trying to sneak you out, and his dad catches you, and he's like, hey, come up here, will ya? And you're like, I guess so. So then he goes up to the wall, and he pulls down a big map, and he's like,
yes.
Do you know anything about this part of the world? So he's like, I'm going to take Jimmy for over here, and maybe a friend should come along with him. Do you want to come?
Yeah, you can either say, no, I'm not going to go with you.
Yeah, you're like, that's kind of short notice.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, yeah, I know, but we can work out the details if you want to go. And so you can decide to go, or you can say you don't want to go.
But if you decide not to go, did you decide not to go?
No.
Oh, if you decide not to go, Crosby's like, okay. His men escort you off the premises, but through the back. And then send dogs after you, and the dogs kill you.
Oh my God!
Isn't that crazy?
That's why.
But that's such a weird ending, because you're like, hey, I'm out. I don't care anymore,
right.
And you still get killed.
Oh my God! So yeah, you're like, oh, I would love to go. I should probably go pack. And he's like, nope, don't worry about it. We got all the stuff you need. And I'm
Which isn't suspicious at all.
Mom?
Exactly.
Shouldn't I tell my dad?
I mean, that's never stopped any of our kids before.
No.
So.
But yeah, he's like, oh no, we're going to be doing great. We're going to go. He's
to a foreign country.
We're going to go to a foreign country. So just don't worry and relax. So then all of a sudden.
Yeah, you don't need a passport, kid.
He has a guy comes in a neatly wound green turban. He's like, this is Narek Singh. He's one of my servants. He'll make sure you got everything you need. He's going to drive you to a hotel at the airport where he's going to hold you prisoner, essentially. He doesn't tell you that part, but that's what happens. You get your passport and pack a suitcase.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, as you're walking across the terminal floor, you see Inspector McElroy.
Yes.
He's a good friend of your family.
And he was your inspiration for getting into correspondence school.
Yeah. and you're like, ooh, this might be my chance to get away. What should I do? So you can be like, oh, run over and be like, Mr. McElroy, these guys are bad. Come and help me.
Yeah, and so that does end up working out in your favor.
Yeah.
So that's a good ending.
You do get away, but like you never.
Oh yeah, because they go, because you explain that he's an art thief and all that, and then they go to his compound and they can't find anything.
Yeah. I decided to keep playing along.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm going to see this thing through. This is going to be fun. So,
This is a long branch.
yeah, I know. So I'm sitting next to Jimmy on the plane, and I'm like, hey, have you ever heard your dad mention Silling Law? And he's like, oh, yeah, he talks about it all the time. And then as soon as we start talking about that, instead of talking about like sports and stuff, then Narek Singh comes over and he's like, I'm going to sit here instead of Jimmy. Shut up, you guys. And so...
But you find out that he is a undercover agent,
He's
right?
an undercover international agent. You
For
find
Interpol.
out. For Interpol. He's like, so I'm with the international police. Crossley's an evil man, has to be stopped. Tell me why you're here. And so you...
And you're like, I don't know.
Right? So you have to tell him the truth.
I took a correspondence course.
Right. You have to tell him the truth, or you stick to the story that you're one of Jimmy's friends. If you stick to the story that you're one of Jimmy's friends, then he just basically, like, Crossley kicks you out of the country, you and Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
And you go home.
That sounds fine.
That's it. But if you tell him the truth, that you are a kid who took a correspondence course in private investigation. So he's like, they are going to invade Silling Law with paratroopers. He's got like paratroopers. He has a small army and they're going to overpower it. And he's like, I got to stay in this building. But you can go to this source that I have in Delhi and try to figure out if there's like anything we can do to stop them. And he's like, here are some rupees. Here's the address of the German. And I was like, the German? Is it one of Buckingham's Germans? Huh. So I go out and he's like, yes, his name is Otto von Kamp. And he is one of the Germans that Mr. Buckingham followed to Tibet. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go over to the Germans.
Which is also, just to back up a little bit, that China annexed Tibet in the 50s. And so like to invade a country that has already been invaded already, like you're getting into some dicey waters really quick.
Doesn't matter if you're a millionaire, Mr. Crossley. China is very powerful.
Yes.
So,
But you see the German.
But first I see Jimmy outside. And Jimmy's like, quick, run with me. My father has men who are after me. So he and I get over to Otto von Kamp's house. And he's got a gun at the door. And he's like, who are you? And we're like, we're just two kids. We're like talking to him. And we're like, okay, where is Silling Law? We need to like figure out where it is. We'll gladly pay you. And he's like, what do you want to know about it? Why is everyone asking me about it so much all of a sudden? And he's like, there was just a guy named Himmer here asking me about it. And then we're like, dude, did you tell him anything? And he's like, no, I'm not telling anyone nothing. I swore never to tell. And then all of a sudden, a knife comes through the window.
Yes.
Swish. And it hits almost in his head. It hits right next to his head. He passes out.
Gets the vapors.
Yeah. So we then have to decide to either jump out the window and go after his attackers or try to revive him. And I was like, I'm going to jump out this window.
Take that, old man.
So I jump out the window. Jimmy and I leave him. We jump through the window. And then
You leave this guy alone?
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
You don't know that?
Yeah, he's going to be fine. So we jump through the window. We find ourselves in the alleyway. And we start seeing these figures and we run after them. So we're like running after them. And then all of a sudden, there's people behind us. There's people in front of us. We're trapped. And they're telling us to march.
Maybe next time you help the old German man.
I guess so. So we start marching. We end up at the open end of a truck. And then it's like all of a sudden we hear a helicopter. And it's like a woman gets out of the helicopter and she climbs down and a man is following a gun or following her holding a gun.
And it's Sylvan Morrison?
And it's Himmer is with her, but it's Sylvia Morrison. Yes. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's all coming together.
Yes. So I'm like, Sylvia Morrison. Himmer is like, Jimmy, what are you doing here? And Jimmy's like, yeah, you're going to be in super big trouble when my dad hears about this.
But then you find out that that Crossley is the stepdad.
Yeah, Himmer's like, you think your father cares what happens to his meddling stepson? And where's Von Camp? I don't see him. The other guys are like, what?
What are you talking about?
He's like, I told you to kidnap Von Camp. Who'd you bring me? This Jimmy kid? And who's this other kid? I said Von Camp.
The aspiring detective?
Yeah. You're like, the keys might be in the ignition for the car. I could jump in the cab. Maybe we'd do that.
Why are you still going? This should have ended.
No, man. So you can either decide to try to start the truck, or you can decide that going for the truck is too dangerous. I decided to try to start the truck. So I jump in the truck cab. Truck ignition key is still in its slot. I start the truck. I back up and I try to get Sylvia and Jimmy into the truck. So they get in and I'm like, perfect. And Sylvia's like, how do you know who I am? And you're like, you might not remember, but I called you and asked you about levitation. She's like, okay, I remember that. I was packing.
You creepo. You creepy creep. And you just wanted to come with me?
Right. I was packing and then I got kidnapped. You're at a crossroad. The sign is pointing toward Agra, where the Taj Mahal is. And she's like, oh, I have a friend who lives there. Go that way. And I'm like, okay. So you turn towards the Taj Mahal.
Okay.
And so you're going towards the Taj Mahal.
That's not in Tibet.
No, I'm not in Tibet anymore. I'm in India.
Right.
So then that night you stay with her friends. You're hoping that Crossley won't find you. The next day, in the English edition of the local paper, you read that Crossley and his men have been arrested on charges of bringing illegal arms into India. It sounds as if he's going to be in prison for a long time.
So you never even got all this.
Finally sure that I'm safe, the three of us decide to return to the States. Jimmy goes to live with his mother's sister. She may not be as rich as Crossley, but she's crazy about Jimmy. Mr. Buckingham is off the hook with his levitation bet, of course. His butler sends you your first big fee as a private investigator. The end.
The butler who was corrupt.
Booyah!
And you never got to Siling La.
No.
What? And again, I always hate it when it just kind of resolves around you. You really didn't. I mean, you escaped and all that, but you didn't really like save the day.
I did save the day.
By escaping.
By escaping.
I guess, well, you hit most of the main points.
Yeah.
The only other point I was going to say was the treasure of Siling La, besides that they can levitate, is that underneath Siling La is all of Genghis Khan's treasure, like his hoard.
Yeah.
And then if you find it, the monks there are basically, okay, now that you know our secret, you can never really leave.
They let me leave one time.
Oh, did they? Okay. There's other branches where you're like, well, you have to stay here now.
I was on the path to get to Siling La, and I stopped at like the first monastery on the path to get there. Mm-hmm. And that monk, like, I had my translator with me, and that monk was like, told my translator, like, you don't have to come with us. I'm going to speak telepathically to him. And she was like, okay. And so then he talked to me telepathically, and we levitated up above the entire monastery. Mm-hmm. And then we talked telepathically to the monks at Siling La, and they levitated above Siling La. And then I got to look down underneath it, like with x-ray vision, and that's when I saw the treasure.
That's several different powers in one, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of like Superman.
Clearly.
Because I took my correspondence class in private investigation. So yeah, that one was really wild.
Well, I don't know if there's really anything else to cover.
My favorite death?
Okay. What do you got?
Very best death that I had was there's one ending where you end up in Tibet and you bump into Sylvia Morrison, and you both eventually get kidnapped by Crossley. And this is like, you don't meet him through the Jimmy way. He takes you and Sylvia up into a helicopter, and he's like, we're going to Siling La right now. We have the map, and we know how we're getting there. And he's like, but guess what? You're going to come along with us. And I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, you get to be our first paratroopers out, but we don't have enough parachutes. So they just push you two out. And then it's like, you are falling to your death over Siling Lake.
Oh, good.
Yep. That was my favorite. So, and there's a great picture that goes along with that of you guys just like falling through midair.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It was pretty good.
I don't know if I have anything else I want to cover. What do you think of this one?
I was really like irritated by the like mysticism elements of it, because I think that really kind of does a lot of disrespect to the like Buddhism and to like the people of Tibet.
Definitely.
But I did think that the like some of the actual like story elements of trying to figure out the army of Crossley and stuff like that was interesting. But it was kind of hard to find. You have to do some really weird and bold choices.
Right.
That I think most people wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you about the mysticism. Like, I'm kind of done with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't even play into the story. I mean, it does to a point, but that's not even really the main focus of the story, obviously.
No.
I do like that it was slightly simpler and that storylines kind of connected and that it was
There's
just
only
one...
22 possible endings.
Mm-hmm. And that it was basically just like one story throughout and that Crossley was kind of the main villain throughout. Mm-hmm. And so I do always appreciate that consistency. It just... Sometimes, though, that makes multiple readings boring.
Yeah.
And that definitely was the case for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, once you kind of figure out that your whole mission is pointless to begin with, then it's like, well, why should I keep going?
Right.
And for me, it was also really hard just to kind of get to Sealing Law to begin with.
Yeah. I only really made it there once.
Okay.
I made it to, like, another monk who helped me learn to levitate.
Mm-hmm.
But I only made it to actual Sealing Law one time.
Okay.
Every other time I had like a successful ending.
Yes.
It was not because I made it to Sealing Law.
Right. So I think this one wasn't really interesting. It was just kind of boring. And then but again, I didn't necessarily go into it with the best attitude just because I just knew right off the bat that it was not going to age the best.
Right.
I might say this is like definitely in the bottom, just because, like I said, like some of those other world traveling ones, although they age a lot worse, they're still more interesting and they're more interesting choices. Even though they're more offensive, I would somehow recommend those before this one because this one was just offensive but boring.
Yeah, I would say this one is a skip, not a bop.
Don't bop it.
Yeah.
Skip it.
Skip it.
All right. Well, I think that about covers...
And if it's in your library, pull it.
Hey, that was good. How about let's get into some reviews that people left. So this one was on Podchaser that we found. Not sure who left it, but it was just a really nice review. So if you want to read it.
Sure. It's a nice 5-star one, so thank you for that. It says, I loved Choose Your Own Adventure books when I was a kid. I didn't know what to expect when I saw this podcast, but thought I'd give it a go. Peter...
We don't know what to expect either, so...
Same. Abby and Peter are librarians who have read and are now discussing the books in the chronological order in which they were released. Their friendship and banter is the core of the podcast.
Yay!
They are both intelligent, sweet, and witty people. They obviously look at these nostalgic books through a modern-day grown-up lens, and I'll be honest, it's hysterical. Huh. Thank you.
Maybe not this one as much, but...
But this one is definitely through a modern-day lens.
Sure.
With anything from pop culture references, making up songs, or making fun of each other and themselves, they bring joy back to these books. Do yourself a favor, listen to this podcast.
Well, that was very sweet.
Well, thank you.
If you would like to leave us a review, we would really appreciate it. So yeah, you can either leave it on, there's a couple different platforms. Of course, there's Apple Podcasts, there's Spotify, there's Pocket Casts, a couple other places. Anywhere you can leave a review, we really appreciate it, and we'll read it on the show. Mm-hmm. And of course, if you want to send us a message, you can either do that through our Instagram, where we also post a lot of the photos of the illustrations, some memes as well. Or you can message us through our Gmail, which is chooseyourownbookclubpodcast@gmail.com. Speaking of which, I think you got a message that you need to read.
I did?
Yeah, from your daughter.
Oh, yeah. I have a message from my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because she took my picture for the tarot card thing.
Yes. So the tarot deck photos, which you can also find on our Redbubble.
Jinx. As a payment, I am reading this message that she wrote herself. Nora, my middle baby, is the nicest, sweetest child whom is just like Obanai Iguro. He is from Demon Slayer.
Okay. Well, there we go. Obligation met.
Yep, did it.
So yeah, if you want to leave us a message like that, you can either blackmail Abby into reading it on the show.
Yep.
Or you can, again, follow us on Instagram or email us. You can go to our Redbubble store, and we have some cool tarot deck merch that we just launched. Otherwise, there's our shirt with our logo on it. Fun stuff like that. I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
Except we got to talk about our next book.
Journey to Your Mom's House.
That's not a journey I like taking, to be honest.
Oh, no.
So our next book will be, we got a good one, I think. War with the Evil Power Master
Yeah.
by R.A. Montgomery.
This is the sequel
Yes, to Ant People.
Prisoner of the Ant People. And
Yes.
I cannot wait
Right.
to do this one.
And they made this one into one of the games, right?
We'll have to look. But I'm hoping it's as much of a banger as Prisoner of the Ant People was.
Yeah.
Because Ant People is, I think, the number one best one.
I would say it's up there. I would say top 5 at
Yeah.
least. Mm-hmm.
It's number one for me.
Yeah, sure. That's totally fine.
So good. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for choosing us today, everybody. We'll see you next time. My name's Peter. I'm a librarian.
My name's Abby. I'm also a librarian.
Let's get out of here. I'm tired.
Oh, bye.